Well, it certainly did profoundly change my life in every way. At first, I just felt that it was disrupted and destroyed, but I've gradually come to appreciate a greater understanding, figuring out our place in the universe.
A place in the universe, okay.
Yes. Like I said there at the end, this is the galactic nursery. We're just little babies coming onto the scene. And, you know, like Michio Kaku said on television here a while back, you know, the physicist.
Yes.
He says, people keep imagining these civilizations to be maybe a few hundred years ahead of us, but they could be hundreds of thousands or millions of years ahead of us. So, you know, to compare ourselves to them, people are making a lot of assumptions.
You know that when you were in the craft, you do some art martial moves. You think that these moves can protect yourself from this entity?
Well, I thought by, preparing to fight my way through them, to escape, to send this threat signal would help. And it did chase them away, but I think that in most situations, if a person wasn't having neurological damage, they would be able to easily control you, and nothing you could do to them physically would be effective.
Oh, yes. And with the friend that were with us when it happened, you are in contact with them again, or you lost your friend?
My friends,
No,
my coworkers, we weren't really a group of friends to that extent. We were just together because we were all hired to do the same job. But it did sort of bind us together. I think we've had more contact over the years than we would have had this not happened to us all together.
Oh, yeah. And you say that in this craft there were human beings to terrestrial people. I'm sure of this. Why you think there is some entity not of the Earth and some terrestrial too with you in this craft?
Well, they appeared human-like, but I think that it's not unreasonable to think that there are many types of beings out there that look like us, that look like Greys, that aren't actually related. I give the example about the flying squirrel in America and the sugar glider in Australia. They look very similar, although they can't be related because the sugar glider is a marsupial. They've separated by millions of years, but they look very much the same because they live at night in the forest, a very similar lifestyle. For example, every creature that comes to live in the sea comes to look like a fish. Whether it's a mammal or a bird or a reptile or an amphibian, they all come to look like a fish because that's what works in that environment. So I think that intelligent beings are going to look very human-like or gray-like. I mean, there's certain types of that work, and that's what we'll probably encounter the most of. And on top of that, the beings that happen to look more like us will have a greater interest in us.
Sorry, elaborate?
I think that, like there are Greys that they say they have just a black eye. The ones I saw had an eyelid that blinks. So they're similar looking beings, but maybe they're not related at all. But then on the other hand, like Michio Kaku said, maybe these civilizations have been spacefaring for thousands of years, and they've spread out and actually changed.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.